Hey guys, so I have this for you guys. I have serious story for you guys. So something happened in my compound, like where I'm staying with my husband. The caretaker, yes, the caretaker in my compound, because we moved to a new compound. We left our parents' house. We just got married, so we moved to a new compound, and the caretaker went to tell the landlord that he's the one that brought us to the house, which was a lie. We just happened to stumble upon the house, and we liked the house and we paid for it. So the caretaker had to tell the landlord that he was the person that brought us to the house and collected extra 50k from us. And when we got to find out, we tried confronting him that why did he lie. He would have just asked for his own bill, or he would just ask us for small money and then we'll give him. That what kind of human being will go to the extra length of lying? That we have been knocking at the compound for like few days. He refused to open because he was having the keys. He refused to open the gates. When we asked him why, he was telling us one stories or the other, like telling us he was afraid of some guys that he has offended. So we left that part. So a few days ago, something happened in the same compound. Imagine a caretaker, like I'm not even going to justify what, okay, let me tell you what happened, what actually happened. Okay, so they used to pump water, like they pump water every time light comes in the compound. And when light comes, so they use the opportunity to pump water, because if there's no light there can't be water, and there's no water everywhere. You can imagine how the compound is going to be. So while they were pumping the water, the tank got filled up, and after it got filled up, everything was just pouring on the ground. There's this everybody was in the compound. It's not like they are not in the compound, but we've noticed that nobody likes coming out to off the tap. And me, I don't even know how to off it, talk less of I don't even know where the switch is to off it, and I don't know how to off it or anything. So I and my husband were just coming back from where we went to buy something, and my husband was like, you know what, since we don't know how to off this tank, let's just call anybody or anything. And besides, when we were entering the gate, we saw people in the caretaker's house. All right, so we entered our own house. When we entered our own house, the next 1 minute 30 seconds, we heard a knock in our house, in our gate. Who is that? Lo and behold, the same caretaker. He was in his house, so the whole compound is filled up with plenty people. It was a weekend though, so people were washing, and when there was light, they just rushed in to on their television, on their electronics to watch. Who watch different things either with their phone or television or all those kinds. You guys can understand. That same caretaker came and knocked at our door and was like, that why we behaving like this? The water is running down from the tank, and the tank has been running, and we could not even do the simple courtesy of offing it. At first, it was not looking as if he made us security over the water, or when he was trying to pump the water, he called us to come and pump, as in, watch. And this is a caretaker that is supposed to tell us how to off the tank and how not to off the tank, because we are new tenants, for God's sake. We don't know anything about the tank, and we're so scared. Let us not go and touch something that will break down the tank, or they say tomorrow the sumo is bad, or this one and that. Then the man now started shouting at my husband though, because he's an elderly man. I think he should be in between his late 40s or early 40s, one of them. So he was shouting at my husband that this tank, like the tanks, if the sumo gets spoiled, everybody will repair it. This is somebody that is not the owner of the compound. This is somebody that is just a caretaker. So he was now sounding as a landlord instead of a caretaker. At the point, he started warning my husband, and He did not know I was listening to their conversation because I was at the kitchen, and the kitchen is just close to the entrance of my house. So I was listening to everything. There's this thing he said. He was like, I am warning you, since I'm the one that brought you to this compound, I can easily take you out. I can easily, like, I am the caretaker. The landlord has given me full authority to do whatever I want to do. And my husband wanted to explain that, excuse me sir, you have not thought, as in you've not said anything. I and my wife don't even know where they used to off this thing or on it. So how do you expect me to just go and touch something? And the next thing, this man just walked out. Like, he did not allow him to explain himself. He did not allow him to, like, tell him, apologize, or, you understand this kind of thing. I repeat, caretaker, not landlord. So my husband came in and he was like, do you understand what this man is saying? I was like, I heard him, but all I heard was shouting. Though he wasn't, I understand where he's coming from because the water was just spilling everywhere, but the approach, the way he came was really, really disappointing. As an elderly person, is supposed to talk to us like, okay, human beings, not like animals. And before I knew what was happening, the thing was boiling. My husband was boiling, like literally boiling. My husband said no, he's going to meet the man, because if he doesn't meet this man, trust the Igbo man in him. Now, husband is an Igbo man, so trust the Igbo man. You can never come to an Igbo man's house and warn him and go scot-free. It doesn't work that way at all. You see an Igbo man living in Nigeria in the east. You can't go to an Igbo man's house, number one, and tell him that he should sell his property to you. They consider it as an eyesore or an abomination. They will be like, me that has the thing, did I tell you that I'm not using it, or did I tell you that I want to sell it? It's forbidden for an Igbo man to sell his property, especially when he's still using it. Then secondly, you cannot come to an Igbo man's house again and warn him, or just shunning up and don't allow him to speak his mind. I don't know. These are few things I've noticed with people I've lived with. Because there was a time my neighbor, my former house where I was staying with my parents, my neighbor came to meet us that whether we are still using our car, whether she can buy it from us and everything. My dad was pissed off, like it bruised his ego and the rest. Like, what does she mean? Does she mean that I cannot take care of my car? Blah 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 blah. So enough of that. So back to my own story. I was telling, my husband went to meet this man. As he went to meet the man, now told him that, Oga, this is what happened. I was trying to explain this and you refused to hear me out. You just walked out of me. I am not a baby. I am not your son. I am not your child. Next time when you come to my house, you talk to me. You will sit down and discuss as men. Not the one you'll be ranting as animal or shouting at the next thing. Before I know what was happening, guys, guess what? Guess what? This is there. The man just hits. I don't know. The man just hits my husband. No, what my husband later, what the thing that aggravated that hitting of chairs was, my husband said, next time don't try it, because what you will see, you will not like it. You can't come to my house and harass me in front of my family. I was like, oh, family, yes, okay. Before I know what was happening, the caretaker used his hand to hit my husband on the chest. Then another neighbor beside the caretaker's house was now doing my husband like, please, don't do this, please, just avoid this man, avoid this man. My husband was doing at the person, but me, I wasn't looking at the person because I was inside my house. So next thing I was hearing was, okay, what do you mean? My caretaker was with towel. He was with towel, jacking a young man. This is somebody in his late 40s. Jacking a young guy at his early 30s. So you can imagine how the confrontation will be. Fights, no fight. They weren't fighting, and my husband wasn't doing more of, heavy lifting, because if you just use one hand and like do the man might fall. All I know was that both of them were just jacking themselves, like holding themselves. From nowhere, I ran. I came to separate or go fight. It's not like fight. I came to separate the scarf, what people call it, that English. His wife came out and she was holding her husband. I came out, I was holding my husband, and that is how everything just died down. So That evening, guys, guess what happened? The caretaker's children that is always greeting us, they refused to greet us. So I noticed that that day it happened. I noticed it the next day, because they are the first ones that used to, anytime we come back from anywhere, they'll come and carry our things, they'll come and help us out, they'll do everything. So I noticed it the first day, they did not come and greet us. I noticed the second day, they did not come and greet us. I noticed it the third day, I was the only person working, they refused to like come and greet me. So I was like, what happened now? Normally we used to greet children, what is happening? My daddy said we should not be greeting you people. My daddy said we should not be talking to you people. My daddy said, really? Said yes. Now my question is it advisable, like you had scuffle with two adults, like you adults had scuffle, why take it down to little children to inherit the scuffle, that's to inherit the aftermath? Like what is the business of those children? Why confuse their hearts? Why make them at this tender age to start hating people because of you had problems with this person? I don't understand parents of this generation. Because you had issue with somebody, you want your children to be also associated with that kind of issue. Why? We're indirectly causing enemies for ourselves, we're indirectly causing enemies for our children, and that is not the right way to train children, if you ask me. Because I feel like these children, they will not only take that part of my father said we should not greet you, my father said we should not greet, they will also go behind and planning ways of how to frustrate the opposite family, and which is wrong. So now in the comment section, I want you guys to tell me, is this me just thinking about it in my head, or is it actually right or wrong for this caretaker to be doing this kind of thing? Because I feel like it's damaging those children as they are growing. Like it's damaging their health, their mental health. It's making them not to be reasonable. It's also teaching them a bad thing growing up. So I've come to the end of my story, guys. If you feel that I was making sense, please let me know, and don't forget to like this video. Please write a comment to me on the comment section. I would like to reply. I would like to know what you guys think about this story. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please don't make it your last. Always subscribe to the channel. I put on amazing videos that you will like. And don't be a visitor, don't be a stranger to this channel. I love you for watching. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. From here, bye guys.